pops up there, does that mean we're on?
Yeah. Yeah, when we pop up on the screen, we're live. Hi guys, we're live, and he's just sitting there. It's Thursday, and he's tired, I guess. I don't know.
Tired today. Very tired. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all watching our live broadcast. So
Yes,
we're going to be back in Psalms 121. We read verse 1 yesterday. I'm going to read verse 3, 4, and 5 today. It says, He will not, this is Psalms 121, He will not let you stumble. The one who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, He who watches over Israel never slumbers or sleeps. So you could put your name there again. Right. Who watches over me never slumbers or sleeps. So the Lord Himself watches over you. The Lord stands beside you as protective shade. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. Now, what that's saying is around the clock, 24 hours a day, basically.
Right.
Daylight to dark, God watches over us. He won't let anything harm us or anything come in there. And you say, well, okay, when I was a kid, I got abused. I got molested by whoever. Maybe the stranger, maybe it's somebody you knew, maybe it's somebody you're related to. I got robbed. I got this. My child died. My husband wasn't married 5 years and had a little baby and got cancer and died. So if God's so good and all these things happen, this isn't true. Well, it didn't say nothing bad would happen. It just said He watches over you. And even though something bad happened and you're going through all these tough things, God's still there. He watches over you. And if you'll turn to Him in the tragedy, He'll take your mess, make it a message, and use it and give you a calm and a peace to get through the storm.
Right.
And that's why it's important to trust Him in every aspect of our lives. That if we do come up against a very, very tough, life-shattering, life-changing event, we know we're still going to be okay because God says we're going to be okay. So, Kelly, when you've had a lot of them, you've dealt with a lot of stuff in your life, and what makes you to help you remember that the Lord watches over you in verse 5? The Lord watches over you.
Well, I mean, I'm one of those that always go to the very worst, to the very negative.
Sorry.
And the Lord has shown me the positive in situations, even in the bad, even in the really, really hard. He's shown me positives. And that just proves to me that He is watching over me. Am I going through something really, really hard? Yes. I may be going through something really, really hard, but He's still watching over me, and He still cares for me. And He still sends Himself so I can see Him. And I can see His presence daily if I will just look for it. He always is beside me. He's always walking with me. He goes before me and fights my battles, so I don't have to fight my battles. I need to let Him fight my battles for me. But He shows me daily His love for me, whether it's in a sunset, a sunrise. Well, I don't see sunrises. I ain't going to lie about that. Sunsets or butterflies, or just at the right time that you need to see a cow frolicking in the meadow or whatever, just to take your mind off of what...
A cow frolicking in the meadow.
Yes.
And we are in Oklahoma still, right, Toto? We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Okay. A cow frolicking in the meadow.
Okay.
Praise the Lord. Sorry, that just kind of set me back from being in Oklahoma.
I was not raised in Oklahoma. I was not raised in Oklahoma.
Okay, sorry. Did they frolic in the meadows where you were raised?
Yes, they were. Okay. I don't know. But back to my point, it's really fun. It's funny to watch a baby calf just dance through a pasture.
They don't dance; they buck and run.
They buck and snort and all of that kind of stuff. And that sometimes in the hard, when we see that, it just lightens up our mood sometimes. Maybe not everybody. Maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm just a weirdo. But it's okay.
You're not a weirdo, but...
You know, I'll take that. And He sends a rainbow after the rain. I mean, there are so many times that He shows Himself to us if we'll just look. But sometimes we're so busy and so involved in our hard and our mess that we don't see Him, and we miss it. And that's what I've been trying to be intentional in, finding the good and the bad for the past few years, because there's been a lot of bad things, but there's also a lot of good things, and I'm trusting Him that there's going to be a whole lot more good things.
Amen. And the thing about this psalm, you remember, they was under a physical covenant.
Right.
The people of Israel where Jerusalem was, but now we're under a spiritual covenant. So we may face some physical harm, and we will face physical harm.
We will.
But we don't face that spiritual harm now. That's even a far greater, better covenant, what the Word of God says, than what the old one was. So even though you may have faced physical harm, we're going to talk about that one tomorrow, about why He gives us the full armor of God, and put that with this tomorrow, Lord willing, that we can get in here and get that done tomorrow. So Anyhow, God bless you.
Yes.
Pray for the Sam Skinner family with
Yes.
Sam's passing. I haven't heard any from my family today. My uncle's service was today at 2 o'clock, but I had a class that I could not miss. So I wasn't able to go. I taped that yesterday. Again, appreciate Doug coming out
Yes.
and taping that for me to send down
That's a
there.
good message.
The family took it and was going to, I hope it played today. I don't know. I've not heard anything back from them. So anyhow, thank you for praying for our family. Pray for my Aunt Carol and Uncle Virgil's children, his 2 daughters and his 2 boys that have to deal with that, because he was the glue in that family. There was no doubt about it. So sometimes it's the grandma or the grandpa or both, but it was definitely him. There was no doubt about that. So anyhow, God bless y'all. A couple announcements. Well, first off, let me back up. Thank you all that come out last night.
Yes,
We had our big group of little kids. It's kind of not weird but funny, but our little kids used to just be a handful. Now we've got a lot of them and just a handful of youth. It just kind of flip-flopped. Still had a good group of youth out here last night and a good group of little kids. So thank you, everybody that cooked. Chris made, what's that ice cream cake thing she made?
She made
called?
Oreo ice cream cake.
Oh my gosh, that thing. I try to watch my sugar and stuff, but I can't on that. That is the most amazing stuff.
He got into it
with
before
the
the kids even got here.
Yeah, she
Not
set it
gonna lie
down.
about that.
I started dipping it out. It was good. So anyhow, thank you for that and all the help.
Yes.
Judy Snow was in the kitchen. Dee Kennard was in the kitchen. Tammy Dawes was in the kitchen. Kelly was all over the place signing people in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Doc, every time I come in there, she had something going on the computer, whatever, last night. So the van drivers, Mark Jackson, Travis Watkins, Mark Brown, Laura Morphew was on the vans. Safety team, there's a lot of them. I'll start naming. I'll forget some. Leonard Spencer was here. Billy was here. Chris was here.
Eastman.
Brian Eastman here, one of our deacons. Travis Watkins, one of the deacons, was on the van.
And,
Ricky Dawes was here.
Yes. And Will Campbell came in.
Will Campbell was here.
for
Jeff
youth.
Etheridge was here
Yes.
for the little kids. Amy was here helping.
Yeah.
So we got a good group of people
We
helping.
do.
I probably left somebody out, or 2 or 3 or 4, but Karen Wilson, our children's minister, Zach. I said Zach James. Zach James is not our youth pastor.
Zach Heppensberger is our youth pastor.
Thank you, is our youth pastor. So not that Zach James wouldn't give it a whirl, but that might be a traumatic experience for your child. I don't know how his kids get, but they do. But I know he loves the children. But Zach he's a good dude. But anyhow, so thank you to their youth pastor and children's minister was here last night and all the help that they had in that. So God bless y'all. This Saturday, starting at 8 o'clock, there's going to be
Tonight we're having a Vacation Bible School meeting at 6 o'clock. Vacation Bible School meeting tonight, 6 o'clock in the multipurpose building, just to get started. Vacation Bible School is at the end of June, so we're almost into June. So it's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah. So they got that Bible school meeting tonight. Saturday, a basic pistol course here at the church, and we'll go to the range. Old Timers Day at Olton. Did you ever find what time that parade kicked off?
No, I looked at it, but I
don't know. Check that out if you want to go
They're
back.
having
That's
a
going
5K
on.
run at 8 o'clock in the morning, though, so if you want to go, you can run that 5K. You can.
All you joggers and runners, that's
Yep.
going on. We're going to have a parade, I think.
Yeah, we're having.
But I think it's in the
we're having a parade.
afternoon. So,
I hope we're having a parade.
Oh, so-
No, we are not.
We got stuff going on. Kelly's Old Timers class is having a class reunion.
We are having a class reunion here.
Out
Class
here
of
Saturday night.
1983.
That was a long time ago.
That's a very long time ago. So just meet
Way
out
ahead
here.
of my time.
Yeah,
so,
meet out
1
here
year.
at 3 o'clock. I think is what we're going
that's
to do.
going
So
on. At church Sunday,
yes,
no elders or deacons meeting. We've done
No.
our safety team training that due to the Memorial Day weekend.
right.
On that, the office will be closed Monday, so won't anybody be here in the office. If you need something, holler at me or call the church phone or whatever. So God bless y'all. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Again, don't forget the Vacation Bible School
Yes.
meeting tonight. Thank you to our sponsors, Don and Sheila Ferris, Howard and Janice Clark, Leonard Debbie Spencer, Gordon D. Kennard, Genesis Home Health, Turnbow Trailers, Parco Tax and Services, My Travel Misha, Stacy Reese, Watkins Family, Travis Holloway, and Ted and Alicia Crocker. And we have other sponsors that didn't want your names mentioned, so thank you to everybody that helps with us financially, prays for this, shares this, spreads the word, do this to their friends on Facebook. So thank you guys for that. So God bless y'all. Remember, it's faith over fear, Christ over crisis, and you can remain calm in the chaos.